Hello, welcome as we step into day 81 of A Course in Miracles lessons. Before we get into it, let's just take a long, slow, deep breath in and out, just basking in the stillness and the wonderfulness that is stillness that's available to all of us. For that, we get to be grateful. So now we're back into, and lesson 81 takes us back into a review of concepts that we've already gone over at other points in either reading the text or maybe even in the lessons. I'm not actually sure. So today is about two concepts. One, I am the light of the world, and then just to be in that, I am the light of the world. Just a reminder and affirmation of this concept that I am the light of the world. It's great. It's great to take in. It's great to remind ourselves. It's great to be with. And so in this walking meditation, just being with, I am the light of the world in every step. And the review of this lesson reminds us to remember the peace of that, the joy of this concept, the freedom in this concept, and that we're holy. How holy must we be, the text says, that we are the light of the world. Some other biblical texts, I grew up in a Baptist tradition in the U.S., and we sing the song, "This Little Light of Mine, I'm Gonna Let It Shine." And so this reminds me of that. But this is on a bigger, more vast context, I think, than how I've thought about it as a child. Like, I am the light of the world. And so then we get into, so first part is the peace of that, the joy, the honor of that. And also, I don't want to say weighted down by the responsibility of it, but it is by the nature of it, we get to touch others, we get to influence others, we get to spread the light into the world. And so what I love about this too is that there have always been times of challenge, times of darkness, times of frustration, times of fear, times of scarcity. And we are called upon. We're made in God's image. We're made in the Son of God's image. And then we get to be the lights of the world, to bring lightness to darkness. And so that's just like pretty cool and pretty huge. And also today in church, they were citing a biblical passage that talks to the same thing, how we were made in the image of God's Son. And so I love how A Course in Miracles, while it's not a particular religious context, it pulls from, and you can like affirm these concepts that we hear in other like religious contexts, like in the Bible. So that's the first part. And the second lesson for reflection today is my function is forgiveness as the light of the world. So I get to practice, I get to demonstrate forgiveness in a way that's uniquely positioned for, and the responsibility of, or the opportunity of us as God's children who are the lights of the world. If we choose to accept this responsibility or this opportunity. And so I think that's really cool too. Also, because of how everything's like happening perfectly. So windy. Thank you for the wind, God. We're reminded that, I was reminded, I have heard about, how Jesus was on the cross, and like one of the last things he did was to say, "Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do." That Jesus demonstrated to us this act of forgiveness, this way of being a light into the world by forgiving. And so we get to forgive in that same way. And we get to be reminded that we are forgiven for all of the things that we have done, and that God doesn't hold any grudges against us. And that if we are holding grudges and all that, it prevents us from being the light unto the world that is our function. It's our natural function. So, beautiful. It's really beautiful. And again, there's a peace in it. There's a freedom in it. And it starts with just forgiving. We know what to do now. It's a really straightforward task and arguably easy task. I think A Course in Miracles argues that it can be easy. It doesn't have to be hard. Again, what we have to have is willingness. And that we don't even understand. It says we don't even fully understand our function as our function of forgiveness, but we can be open to it, and through being it and being with it, we will see, we will learn, we will come to more deeply appreciate or know our function. So that's where we are for today. The wind is, I guess I'll take it as a roaring applause and support for what we're up to today. Be well. I hope that these reflections meet you where you are or add something to what you're up to today. All right. Have a great day.